she got great at fast breaks and finishing on her layups, so that was awesome. And as you can tell, she's got a great wingspan, and her defense shut down some of the best players in our league, and that was huge for us. We could always count on her when we needed to get someone stopped, so that was awesome. And for those of you who don't know Lucy, she's definitely one of the sweetest and most kind people that I've met before. And just as Maggie always says thank you after practice, Lucy does too. She thanks us after every practice and game, which is greatly appreciated, and she always has a smile on her face, and she just was great, so congrats, Lucy.
Abby Kaiser. Anybody who watched Abby over the last 4 years understands this is probably the most pure athlete I've ever coached in 28 years. And I coached a girl who went to, got to the state tournament, who won a championship at Pies, played D2 ball. Abby, she doesn't hold a candle to you in your athletic ability. We have this 5th grade girl who came out, she was not a basketball player. She was a soccer player, and she was starting to feel her way around this. And with the work that she put in over the 4 years to become, if any of you saw any of our games this year, and especially down at the Padre, she could single-handedly demoralize teams. And in fact, the two games we won at the Padre, I talked to both sets of coaches afterwards, and they both, to a person, said that she ran down in the Messmer game, ran down a girl streaking on a fast break 3 times in a row, ran her down, knocked the ball out of bounds, and the assistant coach at Messmer said, we were completely demoralized. Our offense was steals, and we'd get some buckets, and she said when we had 3 of them stopped right in a row, which Abby did, she said, we knew we were done as a team. That's what the Messmer coach said. The St. Charles coach said, if you know, they had a very skilled player, this Jaden O'Brien. He told me afterwards, I talked to him a few days, I really wanted to pick his brain and say, what would you do differently against us? He said, our team normally starts, and they were a very, very good team. They had a very tall post player. He said, we would get a bucket or 2 inside, our offense would calm down. He said, we never were calm for the whole game. And he said, in fact, Jaden, their star player, nobody in 8th grade ever chased her down on a fast break except for Abby Kaiser. That's what hustle. That's what hustle can do. You don't have to score the most points. You don't have to necessarily grab the most rebounds, but you never ever quit hustling in basketball. This girl changed her shot. At the end of 6th grade, she had a little 2-handed push shot, and she could make some. She's a good athlete. She made a few threes here and there, but she knew deep down, and Coach Beth, I think, was working with her, she knew this shot is not going to take her into high school. She came back for the summer league. I'm sorry, this was after 7th grade. Come back for the Pius Summer League where we have the girls, and she had a new shot. She had the one-handed shot, and she was making some in the summer. It just astounded me that she went and worked on her own game. And again, I always thought soccer was her real sport, so I wasn't sure how much she wanted to work on basketball. She turned into a girl now that has told me, and much to the chagrin of the soccer world, in high school, she plans to play basketball and run track. And so I mean, as a basketball coach, that's the highest compliment that someone can pay. Last thing, she emotionally was a little bit of a wreck in 5th grade at times. Would you agree? She went from that girl that started out in 5th grade to 8th grade. I saw when she fouled out of the St. Charles game in the Padre. First of all, she had both hands clenched. I thought, just don't get in front of her because she's boiling inside. She goes, and part of the team is what we wanted to do all season long, and we stress that. Abby went, and during the next time out, I see her gathering the girls' water bottles and bringing up to them when she had already fouled out. The 5th grade girl would not have been doing that. She would have been sulking on the bench, and we probably wouldn't have seen her again after that. That's what the 8th grade girl, that's what maturity does, and playing as a team does. So Abby, congratulations. I want to just read something. Paul Shear, coach of the 8th grade boys, sent a little email to me. We were communicating as coaches, and I just got to read this because he says, as a fellow St. Seb's coach, I have to say it's so fun to watch you three coaching your girls play. And he said every time I talk to his family, he's got a bunch of basketball people. He goes, the one word that always comes to mind is team, and he capitalized team every time. He said they play like a team not based on one player, a team that works hard, a team that trusts each other, a team that cheers each other, a team that doesn't break. Paul, thank you. You really recognize what those girls were. Thank you very much.
We've got one girl who's not here, Kayla Rivera, so if we could give her a little clap. And then, did it get a little cold in here?
Yes.
I think they turned on the AC or something. I just got a little chill. Anna Miskey, you must be out here. All right, I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to get emotional, so you're my accountability. God dang, there's so much to say about this girl. I can't. Yes, you can. Take it. Pretend it's Pete. Her brother. She's the only fielder in our family. Just give it 1 second. No, I got it. This team is so special, and it was really led in a lot of ways by this girl right here. Last year, we had her running from the one. We had her as our point guard, and this year, we kind of flipped the script on her, and she didn't really know where her place was, I think, for a lot of the season. We moved her to the 2 guard, take some pressure off, and we started seeing this really nice shot coming out of her. And then, about halfway through the season, we decided to call captains. And we wanted to push this girl to the next level of her potential. So we didn't make her a captain. She had all the makings of leadership. She had everything. But we needed to push you to get to that next level. And you would not believe, the girl that you saw at the Padre, if you were there, I mean, she stopped caring what people thought. She cared about pushing her teammates, making them better, and you stepped up to the plate every turn. And she stepped up on defense. I mean, if that's not true leadership, then I don't know what is. So it's been really fun this last year to watch you grow into the player that you are right now, because it's a totally different player from the beginning of this season. And I can say that about every single one of your girls on our team. But I can't wait to watch you dominate at DS. And then, all right, sorry. I cry every time. I don't know if you guys know this, but I've talked to a lot of my friends that went to different St. Agnes or St. Joe's or whatever, and most of the people, I don't know if my friends aren't athletic or what, but most of them say, you know, we got out in the first round, or, oh, we made it to the second round. You guys don't know how special it was to be in that Elite Eight and to have that chance and those memories. As much as it hurts us all as a team that we didn't have a different outcome, those memories and the parents and everyone that was at those games, I mean, you guys are all going to be in 8th grade at some point. So soak that in and remember that every day that you come to practice and whatever sport you're doing, you're going to have that opportunity someday. So I hope I can shoot like Anna Miskey someday too.
No offense, but she is the reason why I didn't say anything about her, because I would have cried, because everyone knows I'm a crier. But